right. Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessing salutation to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful leg, the believers, the listeners who have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. All right, and what I want to get into today, dealing with, all right, the desperation of Esau Edom. All right, we have to understand that Esau is not operating from a place of comfort, as he's trying to establish, this new world order. Okay, this devil, he's operating from a place of desperation. Okay, he's frantic. We've seen this man being frantic, as the scriptures say, okay, in his house. All right, the earth has been given to the hand of the wicked. But what has happened, this devil, is being told that his time is up. See, the prophets have been sent to tell the devil that time is up. Okay, that the time is up, my man. Okay, and he's constantly hearing this same message. He's seeing everything that being prophesied is happening. He's confined to the will of Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. And he's frantically trying to change the course of where things are going, but he can't do it. Okay? Now I looked up what does desperate people do desperate things mean. It says desperate people do desperate things means that when someone feels they have lost all hope or are in a dire situation, they become willing to they become willing to take extreme, irrational, or uncharacteristic actions, good or bad, that they wouldn't normally consider, often driven by intense fear, a need for survival, or a powerful desire to achieve a goal. Okay? And his greatest fear is us coming back into power. So he's driven by fear, has him desperate, need for survival. All right? He wants his kingdom to survive. Okay? And it says a powerful desire to achieve a goal. He wants to establish this new world order, man. He desperately wants to establish this new world order. He wants to have this thing up and running before the return of Yahweh Shai. So this man desperately is trying to establish this new world order, man. Okay, he's desperately trying to have his kingdom to survive, man. And he wants to get rid of his fear, which is the Israelites coming back into power. All right, the true sons of God. Okay, so this man, we're going to see this man become very frantic. Okay, I'm gonna look up that word, al-Radazah. It said it signifies that extreme circumstances can push anyone to do something outside their normal behavior, and their mindset shifts to survival mode where conventional rules become secondary. That's why you see this nigga, he's not even sticking to his own rule, which America been, breaking international law in the way that they move. They're a shiesty, treacherous government. All right, it's a wicked empire. It's an evil empire. Okay, but now it's just blatant. Like they just kick doors and you see, now they just out there with it, man. Okay, now it's just wide open, straight thug life America, man. Okay, no decorum, no no what you call it, you know, when you and it slipped my mind. All right, but they just are moving outside the norms of statehood. How governments are supposed to move, and even in this corrupt system, there's still, layers of integrity and honor amongst these certain countries. Okay, but what you're seeing with America, man. All right, this America represents the desperation of Esau Edom. Okay, this man is moving with absolutely, all right, no care about anything, man. And he doesn't care about hiding it anymore because how desperate he is, man. He ain't got time to be trying to hide it and tiptoe. This nigga just out here, man, wilding, man. And it shows that he's moving from a state of desperation, man. Okay, it says leading to actions. It says, and their mindset shifts to survival mode, where conventional rules become secondary, leading to actions like theft, fraud, or rash decisions to resolve their crisis, man. Okay? And this devil has a major crisis that he's trying to keep his kingdom going when it's prophesied to fall, man. Okay? So what we're seeing is this man move in desperation. When you read Revelation 12 and 12, we always get it. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe be to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth he have but a short time. Okay? He have but a short time, man. He know time is not on his side. Okay? Time is not on the side of Esau, Edom. Okay? That's why everything has a agenda to it. You know? Agenda 2025, Agenda 2030. You know, everything has a time stamp on it. Because he's limited with the time he has, man, to try to pull this off. Okay? And this devil got a lot to do. You know, he got some things, you know, he's further ahead than what we see. Okay? But this devil is not what he wants to be. Okay? Because he still needs things to happen, all right, to sway the masses, all right, to herd the masses into this new world order, man. So expect this man to become frantic, okay, in this time. Let's see if we can look that up real quick. Yep. So you get this word frantic, okay? It says wild or distraught with fear, anxiety, or other emotion, okay? It says, second definition, this the one, it says conducted in a hurried, excited, or chaotic way, typically because of the need to act quickly, seeing that he had but a short time. All right, so read this word frantic again. Okay, conducted. Okay, in a hurried, excited, and chaotic way, typically because of the need to act quickly. Okay, and this devil is moving very frantic, very hurried, and excited, and chaotic way, man. So expect things to get more chaotic. Okay, expect things to get more chaotic in this society, man. Ain't no going back to normal. You get that out your mind. So-called normal, you know, C19 era, you know, before the first lockdown. Ain't no more going back to the time before that, man. It's only gonna get more chaotic. The devil gonna be more frantic, okay, because he wants to pull this off, man. He wants to set this up. He's desperate to get this new world order up and running, man. Okay, and you can see they running Trump to the ground. Okay, like the beloved brother Azaria say, that boy need to be recalibrated, man. Okay, your boy need to tune up. You know? So let's go here. In the scriptures, you know, go into these things. Let's go to just the book of Isaiah 47, and I'll jump to verse 12. It says, stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be thou shalt be able to profit. If so be thou if so be thou mayest prevail. And this is the Lord mocking Esau. Because the Lord knows this nigga not gonna prevail with them enchantments. Okay? Because the Lord gave him the power to enchant. Okay? So those enchantments, all right, are far, all right, from being sufficient for this devil to prevail. Because those enchantments come from the left-hand side. Okay? In which even Satan himself was created by Yahweh Shai. Satan bows to Yahweh Shai in the heavens, man. Okay? So Satan is limited, which makes Esau limited. Okay? So this man is trying to replace the Most High with limited resources. This man wants to replace the Most High, but he doesn't even have enough resources in the earth to run, okay, his new world order. He doesn't even have enough power to run his new world order, man. That's why he's already trying to see about putting data centers in the atmosphere, okay, underwater, in the ocean, because he doesn't have the resources to run his new world order. He's limited, okay? That's why he's so frantic, man, because he's coming up short in different arenas, man. So expect this man to get more chaotic, okay? That's why I say he's going to be like a madman sparing none. This man is finna react out of frustration. He's not operating. He get on camera and act like he got this figured out. This nigga be lying. Okay, this nigga be putting on. He don't got it figured out, man. Okay, he got some things, and hey, he gonna pull out some things, and it's gonna be like, damn, he gonna pull out some things we don't know about. Okay, and it's gonna be, let's say a sign in the line wonder. Okay, but as far as this man having it figured out how to replace the Most High, he's nowhere near to that point, man. And these enchantments ain't gonna get him there, because the Lord finna remove them enchantments, man. The brother out of Dallas, the elder brother in Dallas, uh, Ariana Nasai, if I'm saying his name right, Salaki, if I'm not, but talked about how his woman had a dream of the elites, running around the mansion, the castle, frantic, just throwing up sacrifices, trying to call on them guys and them demons, them false guys and them demons, and you see, and they wasn't getting no answer, man. Okay, because the Lord is going to withdraw that left hand from Esau, man, that witchcraft that he's been able to prosper with for so long. Okay, and all he gonna have is the sword, and he gonna wild out with that sword, man. All right, and he gonna live by that sword, and how should I say, he gonna live by it and die by it. Okay, so this is Isaiah 47 and 13. It said, "Thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, okay, let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and say thee from thee these things that shall come upon thee." Okay, so the Most High is just continue the mockery, saying, "Look, let the astrologers and the stargazers, let them figure this out. Let them read the stars and give you an answer to get out of this, man." It's mockery. The Most High is mocking this devil because it's over with. Time is up. Okay, tick tock, tick tock. Okay, Esau's on the clock, man. Okay, it ain't looking good. You see, we'll tell you that for free. It ain't looking good for you, E. Okay, what you've been tasked to do and try to pull off. Remember to do away with Israel. Okay, matter of fact, let's get that. This is matter of fact, it's this one, book of Jeremiah. Okay, the Lord has left this man. The Lord has sent Esau on crash missions, man. This devil is on an absolute crash mission. All right, to try to replace the Most High with his technology, man. Try to do away with Israel, man. That's a crash mission the Lord sent you on. You damn dummy. Okay, where's your high, Salaki? Where's your high IQ? When does that kick in? Okay, as you try to pull this off. This is Jeremiah 31, and I started at 35. It said, "Thus said the Lord which giveth the sun." Isaiah 31 and 35 said, "Thus said the Lord which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinance of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar, the Lord of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, said the Lord, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation from before me. Okay? So you have to get rid of the moon, the sun, and the stars to get rid of Israel. Okay? Well, this nigga think that with his AI he owns something. Okay? How stupid can you be? You see, he's been given a hell of a task and he's nowhere near it. Okay? He doesn't even know how many stars there is. Okay? He can't reach, he can't go to stars. He can't, it's so unobtainable what this man has been tasked to do. All right? So don't let this nigga fool you like, he just one, okay, screw away. If he just tightened down this one screw, all right, Eureka, he got it. Nah. Okay, he doing all this, frantic behavior and this Hollywood, but he's nowhere near, man. Okay? And it says, thus said the Lord, if heaven can be measured and the foundation of the earth searched out beneath, which is in the ocean, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, said the Lord Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. Okay? So he has to search out the heavens. He will have to put a measurement on the atmosphere, beyond the atmosphere, the universe. And it's just one universe. It's multiverses, man. Okay? He can't even figure out this one, all right, verse. He can't even figure out the universe. He can't measure that. And then the Most High constantly be expanding it, showing them new things, and he'll close it back up. Okay? Because that ain't for him. That's for his sons. All right? It ain't for your wicked ass, man. You see? That's for his sons and his daughters, man. His people. Okay? So this devil is moving frantically, man. Even if you go into, let's see how much of the ocean. Okay, let's see. How much of the ocean has been explored. Shit, son. My uncle used to do that, man. He used to do that whistle. Shit, son. It says, when somebody looking good, that was his thing. It says only a tiny fraction of the ocean, less than 1%, has been visually explored. Only a tiny fraction of the ocean, less than 1%, has been visually explored, with vast areas remaining unmapped and unseen by humans despite satellite mapping covering the entire seafloor at a low resolution, while around 27% of the seafloor is mapped with high resolution sonar. The deep ocean, all right, over 90% of the ocean is largely a mystery, with explorers having directly observed less than 0.001% of it, man. Get your ass out of here, man. All right, we finna wrap this shit up, man. Okay, get your ass out of here, man. You see, this nigga's a 20-year-old ninth grader, man. Get your ass out of here. This ain't for you, man. Okay, so yeah, man. That's oh boy. So let's get this in the book of Job, chapter 5. 12. What's he done, man? He just reserved for the scrub. Matter of fact, the spirit had me here right here. Okay, let's go here. Job 21 and 30. The spirit turned me straight to it. I started 29. It said, have you not asked them that go by the way, and do you not know their tokens, which is a sign? All right. And Esau, his behavior shows signs that he's the wicked that the Bible speaks of. Okay, this nigga's behavior, how he rules the earth, things that he's done, his mindset, it all points to him being the wicked. Okay? So we know this man by his tokens, his signs. We pinpoint the devil by linking him to, all right, the behavior that describes the wicked in the scriptures, man. Okay? And it says that the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction. They shall be brought forth to the day of wrath, man. So he just being brought forth to his day. All this technology is just bringing him to Yahweh Bashim Shai. It's bringing him to the King of Terrors. All right? So keep on, keep doing what you're doing, man. All right. And it says, verse 31 says, "Who shall declare his way to his face, and who shall repay him for what he have done?" Okay, who shall repay him for what he have done? That's going to be Yahweh Shai. And the prophets are declaring, his way to his face. Okay, so this man has a short time. All right, we're going to see this man become, more desperate than ever. Okay, more frantic than ever. Okay, all the way to his own self-destruction, man. So that's the point. Just wanted to get into that. Lord will, you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified. Once again, I want to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations, and hopefully, shalom.